So I wanted to talk about something in my brother's case. I've had some people ask me recently, why now? Why after 4 years am I getting involved in this case, and why am I coming after them so hard? So one thing that I have to take in mind whenever I was dealing with this case is I couldn't really run with rumors. I had to have the hardcore facts. So I was waiting on the open records. So for over 3.5 years, the Kentucky State Police denied us the open records. The Kentucky State Police presented this case to the grand jury in August of 2018. The case was closed in December of 2018. At that point, we should have been allowed to have the open records since the case was closed. The case was never closed. In August of 2019, they found a gun on the side of the road that they determined had no connection to my brother's case, but it was still left in there. That gun turned out to be a stolen gun from a trucker in eastern Kentucky. That gun was still held in my brother's case. That same gun prevented us from having the open records. In January of this year, I've been talking to my dad throughout this whole thing, asking him if he finally got the open records. No, I've never got the open records. They won't let me have it. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe since I've got a military background, maybe they'll listen to me, talk to me, something. I don't know. So I gave Post 7 a call. And I asked them, could I have the open records in my brother's case? They said no, because the case was not closed. Even though the case had been closed in December, I couldn't have the open records because the case was not closed. So then I got a call back a couple hours later from the same person I just talked to from Post 7, and they told me that if the only thing that was holding the case open was evidence, then I can have the open records. Well, if that's the case, then we had been denied the open records request for the last 3 years for no reason. This denied us the capability of taking the people who shot and killed my brother and shot at my brother. This denied us the ability to take them or sue them for wrongful death. This also prevented us from seeing all of the wrongdoings from this detective in this case for a long time, which ran out the statute of limitations that we could come after this detective for what he did. And I believe that was done purposefully. So the reason why I am doing this now and not sooner is because now I've got the actual facts in the case. You know, there was a lot of rumors swirling around what happened, who was involved, what exactly was said. And the funny thing is that my dad, whenever he was talking to me about this, there was a lot of things that he already knew about this case that were never entered in the open records, or were never entered in, like the drug use and the 3.5-inch bullet drop and all that other stuff. I mean, he knew about this before we even got the open records. And it baffles me that this case, it just pisses me off, quite literally, because it's just so absolutely ridiculous. But so I'm going to have some more videos coming soon. I just wanted to, kind of talk to you guys about this. And also to let you know that this case is kind of overwhelming, especially with all the kickback I've been getting from everybody, especially from the Kentucky State Police. I talked to the commander from Post 7, and he told me that Detective Thornberry did a very thorough job in this case. And, it just, after that point, it just become overwhelming. And I just had to take a break from it. But now I'm back at it again. And, I'm just going to keep charging on, and I'm going to go as high as I possibly can. And you know, if they keep denying me, you know, whatever. If you know, I talk to the attorney general and they deny me, well, I'll just go to the FBI. If they deny me, then I'll go to the Department of Justice. I'm just, you know, we're sick and tired of watching our friends and family die in central Kentucky and it being chopped up to self-defense or suicide or whatever, and you know, never having our day in court. You know, that's the real drive in this case was, you know, the grand jury has absolutely not a single right whatsoever. Like if you read on the Department of Justice website, the grand jury cannot issue an innocent or guilty verdict. The only thing they can do is to, you know, charge somebody with a felony. And by them not charging them with a felony, and then for Kentucky State Police to change it from a ongoing investigation to justified homicide, that is exactly what they did. They used a grand jury to decide their innocence. Now, if anybody has read anything about the grand jury, you get a good prosecutor in there, he can indict a ham sandwich. That's literally do it if he's good enough. So why in the heck this never went to court is beyond pale in comparison to anything else I've ever seen. I mean, it's ridiculous. So anyways, I just want to clarify a few things and just let you guys know that I'm back at it, and I'm going to keep pushing for this, and I'm going to, one way or another, something's going to happen in this case. But, yep, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Have a good night.